Treasury markets are selling off today, and it's getting pretty ugly out there, so we're going to have a midday in the car update today. So today is May 13th, and we had a big CPI report. The report was less inflation than expected, so you would think that Treasuries would buy on that report, and initially they did, but as the day has gone on, they have just continued to sell and sell and sell in the Treasuries. So does that mean that the Treasury market knows something that the rest of us don't? Well, not necessarily, okay? Stop making the market into this omniscient being that knows everything. That's complete nonsense. Even the Treasury market, very, very smart people over there, but even the Treasury market gets it dead wrong. In 2022, they said that there wasn't going to be inflation, that they weren't going to raise interest rates, and they got it wrong. Big time. We warned you about it, okay? The market doesn't know everything. Just remember that all orders have impact, and so that means that whoever is buying or selling today, they're going to move the price regardless of why they're buying or selling. So if they just, like sneezed and accidentally clicked a button, that could potentially move prices. So what we have to do is we have to look at the market and the correlations with other instruments to see if we can see anything that might help explain this particular flow. Now, I am not seeing any big moves in the currencies right now, but I do see a lot of correlation with equities. When equities are moving up, we're seeing the Treasuries selling off. And I would note that this move seems to be happening like after the London session. So that might be a time when like local US funds might be active, selling Treasuries and buying equities. That is a possible explanation for this flow. Now, the biggest thing I think we have going against that theory is that this move has been pretty big for it to just be the equity correlation, and we've kind of been having this selling since last week. When I start to see persistent selling like that across multiple days, I start to think about sovereign wealth funds and other countries doing things, which is a little bit concerning. But again, that's just a theory, and there are other good explanations. And keep in mind that we do have PPI and retail sales on Thursday, so I think we'll be in a much better position to try and figure out what is actually going on next week. Hopefully, things turn around before then.